Alright guys, so this is part 2 of the free-to-play Raid Shadow Legends walkthrough. A few things of housekeeping. 1, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. 2, don't forget to join the clan if you are interested in. The clan is the Colosseum free-to-play. Why did that not work? Okay, let's not do the space. The Colosseum free-to-play. Perfect, there we go. Don't forget to apply to the clan if you're interested in that. Also, don't forget to follow me over on the Twitch side of things, which is twitch.tv/Tyraku. I'm live every day except for Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern Time. Alright guys, so let's jump right into this. In the last video, I finished up the campaign, this first stage. I did claim the experience banner. I went over kind of like the importance of having the experience banner, and then once you claim it, make sure you're using it to the most use possible, basically getting the most value out of it by going through and just really grinding up some levels for your champions. In this video, I really want to focus on looking back at the missions. I showed you guys where it's at the bottom left, so let's focus on this for a little while. We did finish the mission of getting to stage 7 of the very first chapter of the game. So here it says equip a rare attack type champion with 6 offense artifacts. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll go inside to Kale, and he is a rare attack type champion. Now let's equip him with 6 offense artifacts. Now we don't have to keep these artifacts on him. We just need to equip them. I'm not going to keep these artifacts on him most likely. I'll keep some of them, but I do want those boots from the lifesteal. So you'll see that the artifact mission was complete. As soon as that's complete, we can take it off. But before we do that, there's a mission right here that we need to do, okay? So we need to upgrade these to level 4 or higher. Let's go ahead and upgrade these pieces of gear to level 4 or higher. Now, I hope that before, whenever I was doing the upgrading in the last video, hopefully that doesn't affect us in this video. But upgrading to 4 is guaranteed. Each one you're going to upgrade so you don't fail. It definitely helps with saving your silver. We'll go ahead and upgrade this to 4 as well. I do see a lot of people getting stuck with these missions, to be honest. A lot of people overlook them. For 1, they may overlook them, or 2, they don't actually realize why it's not working for them. Like, they'll equip everything to the champion. They'll say, what's going on? This doesn't make no sense. But just reread it, reread it, and then play around with it. I actually, look short story, I actually quit Raid the first time I ever played because I got to the equip a support type champion with life artifacts, and I thought the game broke on me. It was right here, this mission right here. Equip a rare support type champion with 6 life artifacts of level 4 or higher. I thought the game broke. I thought I'd complete the quest, and I was like, you know what? Screw this game. It's not letting me complete the quest. The game's broke. And then a month or 2 later, I came back, complete the quest, no problem. This is interesting. I didn't actually know they sold this champion. I thought Raid stopped selling champions, but if you were going to spend money, would I buy this champion? No. I mean, the gear is better than the champion in my opinion, but this gear is not necessarily anything crazy. For $5, I would personally invest in the daily gym pack. It's $10. Now, if you're going to spend, if you're not really too worried about your money, you're spending, maybe get it. But this gym pack, by far the best deal. Purchasing this champion though, she's not anything super special. I wouldn't necessarily worry about her. Now, I was going to be working on these missions. So clear stage 7 of Sewers of Arnok. First off, I want to jump in here and talk about the gear just a little bit, all right? So Kale, he is my damage dealer. But let's take a few things into consideration. 1, if he's dead, he's doing no damage. So I do want him to have a lot of crit rate so that his, well, rate to land a critical hit is higher. But I really want him to be tanky. Like, I want him to actually survive. If he's dead, he's useless. Now, when it comes to gear, the one thing you want to keep in mind is that if you're going more frequently than your opponent, the chances of you beating them are higher, okay? So whenever you get speed is the most valuable stat in the entire game. So whenever you have speed gear, or you definitely want speed boots on. Boots with speed is the main stat. That is probably the biggest takeaway from this entire video that you will have. If you put speed boots on your champion, it's going to help out so much. Now, when it comes to gloves, I would have rather had crit rate as a main stat here, but I think on day 2, or sometime soon on the login rewards, I think these are crit rate gloves. I believe all these are the same main stat, so this should be crit rate, but we'll see as we get there. This gear I have right now, though, perfectly fine. Should be no issue with going through the campaign. So let's jump back in here. Let's swap her out for War Priest. I do want to go ahead and get 3 stars on this level, just so we don't have to go back later on and do it. We can go back and do it. It's not a real big issue, but I would rather just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and get 3 stars on it, and then move along. Now, once you go through and get 3 stars on whichever stage it may be, you don't have to worry about going through and doing it again. You only have to get the 3 stars once. Now, this champion is level 1, so like Arcale, he's just so powerful. You see, like I said earlier, once you get your champion leveled up, he can solo most all of this. 1-star gear, easy sell, easy 800 silver, not a problem. Now, you'll see that the mission we were supposed to be on is the clear stage 7 of Sewers of Arnok. Now, this may get a little bit too much information, but we'll take it slowly, all right? Click this challenges button. There's a few things you want to focus on. You want to focus on your challenges. You want to focus on your missions. That's where your goals should be, okay? Try your best to keep up with your missions and your challenges at the same time. Right now, I want to jump back in here since we were just on the Carrot Castle chapter. I want to go in there and go ahead and complete these for a few reasons. One, we're very low level right now. So if we go back and complete these missions, we'll actually get quite a bit of experience for our champions. I'm going to jump in and break down which champions I'm going to bring alongside us to get them leveled up and why I'm going to do that. And this is just going to help our account progress in general. So we're going to go ahead and do all these. And then after this, I'm going to go in and work on this mission because the next set of challenges should be in the Sewers of Arnok. So first off, let's look at these. Okay, so we got win 3 weapons, win 3 helmets, win 3 shields, win 5 gauntlets, win 5 chest plates, win 5 boots, and then win 5 artifacts from clearing stage 7. We have to equip a support type champion, which will be our War Priest, equip a support type champion again and again, okay? So these will actually coincide with the mission we have coming up, which is equip a rare support type champion. So we'll get to those in just a little bit. Let's go ahead and go in here. And I didn't touch on this earlier, but you can see what rewards you'll get from each stage on this left side right here. So you get a sword, a helmet, a chest plate, gloves, not chest plate, gloves, okay, gloves, chest plate, boots. And then stage 7, you can get anything from the life set, the life artifact set, as well as a chance to get rare pieces of gear. On this left side, you can also see which champions and which extra drops you can get. As you can see here, you can get this champion, and so on and so forth. Now, if you click on these stages, you can actually see which stats can drop. So you can get speed boots, HP, flat stat, HP percent, attack. This is all interesting information. We'll jump into that. We'll jump into stat priorities a little bit later on in this series. Right now, it's not a huge deal. What I want to focus on is jumping in here and leveling up these champions. Now, when I'm going through leveling these champions, what I want to do right now is I want to focus on getting these 2-star champions to their max level. Think of it like this, okay? Every star adds 10 levels to a champion's max level capacity, okay? So a 1-star champion is they can get to level 10, they can get to 10 levels, okay? 2-star champions, 20 levels, 3-star 30, so on and so forth, all up to 6 stars. Now, at level 20 for a 2-star champion, in order to take them to the next star ranking, you have to combine 2 more 2-star champions with them. And I'm going to show you guys that in just a little while. But what I want to do right now is I want to bring along this champion to get her to level 20 so that I can upgrade her to 3 stars. The reason why I want to do that is because if you're catching on, if you're going to take a level 20 2-star champion to 3 stars, then you may realize, hey, if we have a 3-star champion like Kale, in order to get him from 3 stars level 30, which is the max, to move him up to 4 stars, to rank 4, we're going to need 3-star champions, okay? So doing this champion, leveling her up, will set us up to get Kale ranked up to 4 stars as soon as possible. Now that may sound like a bunch of gibberish, and I completely understand if it does, because it kind of does to me as well. But as we're moving through this series, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. I would like to do that during this video, but you can see that these champions do level up fairly slowly. We can give her Bruise which could help. But overall, we'll just go through here, complete these missions. She may or may not reach level 20 just yet. Not a big deal. Now, was that 2 or 3? Okay, so that was 2, I believe. That's gonna be some troubles if I forget how many pieces I got from each of these stages. Now, if you remember, whenever we get to, I think, stage 4, I believe it was, you can actually bring 2 more champions. So obviously that doubles our rate of leveling our champions. So that's very helpful. We'll move on to, I believe we finished that mission. What the heck? Why am I forgetting what's going on there? So we finished our dailies. Make sure you do this each day. You get a free 10 gems, which is very, very helpful, especially as free to play. So we need a helmet. We need 2 shields. Okay, so I skipped that stage. All right, guys, let's jump back in here and not try to forget what's going on. So we need a helmet, 2 more shields, and then we need 5 of each one past that, and then 5 just artifacts from the last stage. Now, raid is a lot of farming. This is what I believe is the most efficient way to do it. You can just progress through the campaign, and a lot of people, I've watched a lot of the sponsored raid streamers, and what a lot of them do is jump in and they just blow through the content. Okay, they throw a bunch of champions in there, they get through the content as quickly as possible. That's fun, that's fine. The only issue you run into is that you have to end up going back and 3-starring everything to get the rewards at the bottom. I didn't actually touch on this very much, but you'll notice at the bottom of the screen there was rewards for so many star completion. So as you move through the campaign, your stars will add up. You'll get better and better rewards down the road, with the end being a void shard, which can have very good champions in it. So you'll see down here, we get 20 gems when we get 30 stars. So it moves on. This is just the first part. There's 5 parts, so you definitely want to try to get those if possible. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I want to make sure that whenever I'm getting to the end of the campaign, I'm getting all those stars. And you know, doing this isn't holding anything back, right? Like, we're leveling up our main champion, we're leveling up our side champion, and everything's good. We're getting her to level 20, and we're completing the challenges so you don't have to go back later on down the road. And like I said earlier, I believe I touched on this a little bit, once you get 3 stars on whichever campaign stage it is, you don't have to continuously get 3 stars. I know we're getting 3 stars right now each time, but once you have the stage complete, you could go through here and have this person die every single time, and you'd still be fine. As you can see, we're obviously gaining quite a bit of levels. You gain levels very fast. Like at the beginning of this video, I think we had 18 energy. Well, the beginning of the very first video, the very first part of the walkthrough series, we had 18 energy, I think. Well, now we have, what, 384? So you can kind of see what I was talking about if you watched part 1, as in, like, it's going to take 24 hours to actually burn down all of your energy. The amount of playtime that raid allows you to have when you first start is actually crazy. I think it's an excellent idea for a game to do, is to give the players a lot to do when they first log in. I really enjoy it. I mean, honestly, raid, in my opinion, is a great game. If you're just starting, start it on a weekend, start it when you don't have much to do, sit down and just enjoy playing it. I mean, you don't have to, like, the first part of the game, you'll basically have 0 need to actually spend money. I would say within the first few days, you really have no reason to spend money. You can speed up the stuff, but you have so much you can actually do. There's really no reason to spend anything at all. I mean, you can buy the daily gem pack, which is the biggest thing I recommend, $10. So, and then you get the biggest value from that. But outside of that, not really a whole lot you need to really buy. So, and obviously this is a free-to-play account, so we're not gonna be buying any of that stuff. We just finished that. We're gonna go through here and do these other stages. Now, whenever we're doing these stages, you can see now that there's actually 3 champion slots open. So I'm gonna bring in my main champion. I'm gonna bring in this champion, I believe. I'm debating on her, okay? So I'm gonna use her through more of the game, but I really wanna focus on getting him up to max level. The thing I want to happen is as soon as he gets to level 30, I wanna be able to take him up to rank 4. I'll take him to 4-star, so then he can start progressing through there. I'm gonna drop War Priest and then throw in somebody like this. Whenever you're throwing in uncommon champions, the best uncommon champions to level up, that you, just to be safe, that you know you're never gonna use, is champions who are farmable. Okay, so we actually got this champion from this campaign chapter, so I know that if I ever down the road, which I'm not going to use her, I have a little bit of knowledge. I know I'm not going to use her, but if I ever was going to use her, I know I could come back to this stage and jump right in and use her. So, and jump right in and get her again. But since I know we're not going to, we're just going to use her. We're going to get her leveled up through this stage. We're going to get her as close to 20 as possible. Once she gets to level 20, we'll take her out. You definitely don't want to be, if the champion is not your main champion or not like your main damage dealer, like these champions right here, I'm going to get rid of them for sure. Okay, so as soon as they hit their max level, they're not doing any more campaign runs, because how the campaign divides the energy is, or divides the experience is, say there was 15,000 experience for this level. Okay, there's not, but say there was 15,000. Okay, so the experience would be 15,000 divided by 3, which 5,000 experience for each person. Well, if this person's level 20, they're still getting that 5,000 experience. They're just not actually getting that 5,000 experience, if you know what I mean, because they're already max level, so it's just disappearing into nothing. All right, so you want to try to have as many champions as you can in here who are actually gaining the experience points and actually becoming of value to them. Now you can see here we got another champion. Perfect. Now the only issue with getting champions is that we're not getting the chest plates that we want. I believe that's what the stage we're on, the chest plates, something like that. Chest plates or gloves, whichever it is. We're not getting the pieces of gear that we want to actually complete this challenge. So it does take a little bit of time, but you are getting mystery shards. You are getting other things you can use for sure. These mystery shards are actually very valuable, to be honest. So keep those. Having more champions is always very helpful. If nothing else, you can use them to level up your other champions. So we can use them to level up this lady or this lady to help level up our Kale or whichever starter you actually picked. So I'm gonna run through this a few more times. I'm gonna see where I am on the challenges side of things, and then hopefully we'll fast forward it and then we'll jump into the next challenges. The game's getting a little bit laggy right now. The servers have been having some issues over the past few days, but I guess we gotta do what we can. So not a huge deal. It does get a little bit frustrating. Now this level 10 pack, offers on offers on offers. Now this is actually worth it as well. If I was spending money, I would buy this. If you have enjoyed the game to this point, $15, this is one of the biggest bangs for your buck you're gonna get early on. Much better than purchasing that champion earlier. This one's worth it. And then I believe the level 20 pack is worth it. After that, I don't really buy anything. Now, when I say worth it, take it with a grain of salt. I guess it's however worth it can be when you're purchasing pixels on a screen. So take that with, like I said, a grain of salt. Let's see where we're at here. We need 2 more chest plates. We seem to be getting a lot of shards. So 2 more chest plates and we're good to go. Now, as you can see, I haven't spent any gems so far on anything at all. And gems, especially if you're a free-to-play player, most of this information is going to be specifically for free-to-play players. You don't want to spend gems all crazy. Like, you want to save your gems. Some games, premium currency or whatever, is fairly easy to come across, but in Raid, that is not the case. Now, it is getting better than it used to be with the advanced quests, but overall, the premium currency in Raid is few and far between. So whenever you get gems, you want to make sure you're spending them the most efficient way possible. And now I'm probably not going to be spending any gems for quite some time. So there's really no reason to right now. There's one thing I can, well, we'll get into this later on down the series. Today, the next few days, I'm not going to be spending any gems whatsoever. There's really no reason to. And then when you get later into the game, the most valuable thing is energy refills. The only issue is, just to like give you guys a little bit of a taste of the later on in the game, when you get to level 60, which is where your max energy stops increasing. Once you get to level 60, your max energy pool is 130 energy. At that point, spending 40 gems to refill your energy is worth it. Okay, and that's a very good deal. But at this point in the game, when our energy pool is like what, 80 or something pitiful, or 54, not even 80. Okay, so it's 54. You're spending 40 gems to get 54 energy, which is not a good deal. Do not spend gems on energy refills this early in the game. Well, one, obviously because we're leveling so quick that we wouldn't need to do that anyways. But for two, it's not worth it whatsoever. Another thing, I should have probably been selling the gear I'm getting. Not a huge deal. I'll probably sell basically all of it though. You're not going to keep any 1-star, not going to keep any 2-star pieces of gear. 3-star get replaced very easily, but when it comes to 1-star, there's basically no reason whatsoever that you would ever keep any of that kind of gear. It's just not good. So 2-star, no. 2-star, no, get rid of it. 3-star, possibly. I would definitely not invest too much into it. 4-star is where you really start keeping it, really start holding back on it. My 3-star gear, I probably won't take past level 12 unless it's like a speed main stat pair of boots. I may take that to level 16 because it is cheaper to upgrade, but it's still not really worth putting too much into it. My top row pieces of gear, my weapon, my helmet, and my shield, I'll typically never upgrade that to 16 if it's just a 2-star or 3-star piece of gear. I've actually, even on my main account, where I get 6-star pieces of gear, which is the highest level of gear right now, I don't even take all of those top pieces of gear, those weapon, helmet, and shield. I don't even take all those to level 16. Sometimes I stop those at, say, level 12. But it just really all depends. It's situational. So it's just, you'll figure out as time goes on which pieces of gear you should take and which pieces of gear you should hold on to. Now, we're going to finish up this part. Once I get through these, we're going to get the 5 more pieces of gear or whatever it may be. And then I'm going to go ahead and work on the equipping a support type champion with the life artifacts. And yeah, I kind of want to hold off on that. I believe the mission is retroactive. I believe if you got to be kind of careful sometimes. I mean, if there's no real reason to do it, you might as well wait. Because as you guys saw, there's a mission to do it and there's a challenge to do it. The challenge I can do right now. The mission I can't actually complete right now. I could do the requirements and meet all the requirements, but some of the things in the game are a little bit weird where like if you do them early, it doesn't actually count. I do believe this mission does count, but just to be safe, there's really no reason to go ahead and complete it because we're not going to use War Priest right now. And as I said earlier on in this video, War Priest is the champion we will be equipping that stuff onto. So I think we have 3 pieces of gear so far from this stage. So we're moving along pretty good. You'll see we have our one champion level 17, other champion level 13. So our champions are leveling up pretty good as well. We'll be doing the exact same thing when it comes to the sewers of Arnok. We'll be going through there, getting 3 stars on all the campaign stages, and then going back and doing all the challenges. Like I said earlier, guys, you can progress through the campaign. That's not a problem whatsoever. Obviously, whatever way you find to be the most fun, go for it. But I just like doing this. I found it to be pretty efficient. I like to just complete as many things at one time as possible, just so I don't have to like go back later on down the road when I'm like not really feeling like it, because some of these challenges you may be like, crap, this one's taking so long, I don't really want to do it. At that point, go ahead, keep completing some missions. Go ahead and keep completing whatever you want to complete, guys. But I'll show you those challenges. That'll probably be like in part 6 or 7 of this walkthrough series. It's definitely going to be later on down the road. But there's definitely some kind of annoying challenges. And if you've ever played Raid before, you probably already know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and claim all these. We're getting a nice little chunk of silver up here. Our gear is pretty cheap to upgrade. We don't have to be too mindful about the silver just yet. But you don't want to just go on upgrading everything crazily. They really want us to buy stuff. This is a pretty new offer, I believe. This, for $5, not too bad. That's a joke. This set in particular is a joke. Oh my gosh, guys. I can't be judging all these offers. I'm done with that. All right. Oh my gosh, gonna get a headache clicking up through all these offers. Wow. I was going to give you guys opinions on every single offer, but let me know in the comment section below. Do you want me to give you my opinions on all these offers or no? Just go right through it because there's a lot of offers. These events that popped up just now, I didn't actually know we were going to get into these events, which is actually pretty cool. We're not going to be able to get very far in these events by no means. Like, we're definitely not going to be able to progress far. But if we could get maybe this 15 gems, it's actually huge for our account. Artifact upgrade event, maybe we get 75 energy. Hey, that's a few extra runs of dungeons. Maybe we get a little more. We're going to be upgrading artifacts, 100 points. Look down here, we'll be upgrading 3-star pieces of gear to level 12. I think that's actually definitely reasonable. We have until tomorrow, a little bit later. That's good. The summon rush. This we could do well if I really pushed and really tried to go through the campaign and stuff. I could get probably this at least, maybe even this whole top row. Now, as far as getting these champion fragments to actually get this legendary champion, that's not going to happen. There's no way I'm going to be able to do that. It's not a big deal though. We don't need him just yet. Another thing, guys, make sure, if anything, just leave your account logged in to at least get these daily rewards. If nothing else, at least get this free energy refill. I mean, early in the game, it may be like not important whatsoever because you're like, dang, I got so much energy, I can't even go through this. Why do I need to claim this? Well, later on in the game, you'll see why energy is so useful. So, I mean, if you can just leave your PC logged in, your phone on for an hour, whatever it may be, try to at least get this. These other two, not a huge deal, but this is very, very valuable for sure. That's going to be part 2, guys. Don't forget to check me out on twitch.tv/Tyraku. I stream every day from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern Time. Hope you guys enjoy this little series. Like I said, right now, we're just focusing on the challenges. Next step is going to be going through these missions, and we're going to be progressing along through this. So, guys, like I said, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video.